We have kept company long enough for me to...
Next on route.
Bye-bye, Daddy. My 6,000 family Kearney's died. But it was a Carol Kearney, my grandmother's and a bride to a Kearney. 2,000 Kearney's in America. Girls was in the America the other side. Louise Kearney's sister, 92. Jimmy Boggs, 92. People reckon but it was written down in 1728 that King George II said the royal family is in the future in the 2020s, so I presume 2020 to 2029 would have to be in America. So that's King Charles III, and any other royal you ever across the Europe, even though he's Sweden, Denmark, especially Victoria Rose and I mean, it's the 90s of the last 40 years, that's just 6, it's going damp and lonely. Not chapter 3. People in the past said there was no internet in 1977, but the Stockholm thing was about the 1st of September of 1977, and that's roots things, right? Sweden is because we got Queen's thing over there, we're trademark her name, we've got son there, he's stuff to evidence that 2 million Irish have to be sent to America, but the late Michael D. Higgins, the Irish President for 14 years, who only resigned in 2025, November, before Catherine Connolly, the Irish President, 10th President, he did nothing for the last 8 years. I'm having some political Susan Australia, New Zealand, down in the woods in Australia, and stuff. People bring me. It's terrible. I don't know how people live. I don't know how presidents can cause some trouble. Kings and queens and empresses. Anyone brought it.
Good afternoon, Papa.
Good afternoon, Papa.
I assume you have carried
Papa,
out
my John Joseph Kearney is died. Born May 21st, 1946. 46 pieces in there.
the legal aspects of these.
It's to do with Christianity. Jesus the first to die. And St. Valentine's married in Dublin. He got his head cut off by the Roman emperors. They were divine. See, that's the trouble with Christians. We started when Jesus was died on the cross. Curtain taking the side of the Edinburgh was about. It took a long time. Even China, when Christian reached kind of 330 BC or AD. Scotland only got Christianity after St. Patrick came to Ireland. So Columbia went to Scotland. Hadrian's Wall in Scotland didn't go on during the Roman soldiers' invasion. They got Hadrian's.
I am obliged to say you are no longer.
You know better now because you have the artifacts and historical papers. George II is very important now. I think we're going to go back. I was ready to get such. 1727 to 1760. That's right about George in Dublin. It's a Dublin corporation, Dublin city. You see, that's a conflict. 2 years would have been Queen Elizabeth the first. 1596 March 11th. Last week.
I assume that's.
It means it's just like nothing's instant because we have the technology. Just look at screens.
I know that I have no right to ask
Queen's
anything
visits
from you.
Dublin the 20th century, 1900s and portraits, shades of them.
But look at that.
Dublin such a Dublin 19th by Arthur Duke
Crowther and all those other men who used to ride
King
dirt
VII did
cars
like
and
me
play
living in
with
Common Road, Kingstown in 99, which is
the old
Kingstown,
thing that's
Dunleary
has
now.
attracted you here.
They're ugly houses, they're split upstairs downstairs. You don't work as flats. There's no back gardens, there's no washing facilities to hang things out. The front is on, there's trees, in the front 2 lime trees. There's no privacy. Man upstairs is smashing the place. My aunt, I just realised recently, my aunt Phil Kearney, who lived from Greystones, Kitty which is one Charlotte Terrace, Scotland Road, that's where we were over days, lived at Zombie Birds. She went to the Minden Convent School, which was a boarding school, where Bloom Shopping Centre is now. But the primary school was annoying me because should have been locked down with everything else. The nuns wouldn't let it go.
The woman.
Nuns cause trouble with Henry VIII's Keith Mitchell's film, nuns having sex with monks and burying their dead babies in the back of common gardens, you know, the commons grounds, the back of the convents. It's disgusting, really. Nuns having dregs with their monks, men, you know, with perch and brown abbots, monkstones closing the rooms. Henry VIII's Castle, Castle Park, Monkstone, Route 829. Carrying around, so yes, enough Monkstone around. And the bloopers have been placed. Monkstone Farms line, incidentally, because I lived there. The front bus terminus, the L25, because there's some letterbox in the wall there. He didn't like the idea of me not having a proper house. Because it's period times at one point. Everything's period Tudors. You see, I shouldn't have to be living in one bedroom. Not like a cottage anymore, because unless it was a big garden. And the Monkstone hostels at the back here, Monkstone Din Park. I went to swim there, the Blooper Pictures swim, 4 bus service stations opposite Dunleary or Leisure Centre, Monkstone Park, Monkstone. So my dad used to be there when I was younger. But then back then there was no buses going to Monkstone. The nearest bus went to Roundly Roundabout at the top of Monkstone, the number 6A route. That's long gone. He's go up Dale Stroke House, up Newtown Park Avenue, down Kerrysville Avenue, near the Obelisk St. Augustine's School where I went to school. That was very important, but it's very long. Upper Blackrock is very common. Newtown Park Avenue, Kerrysville Avenue, down to Blackrock Village, to where Jessie Shopping Centre is. But they have the 114, I looked at that yesterday, I went to Aldi's. So they don't have many problems with all that. Jason Markey Powder Points. Costumes shouldn't have these very. I didn't realise Prince Harry and Mary was on the doll. I have edema, I had 4 cancers, you know. I was supposed to have an ability school in 2019 in Common Road, 36 on Road, but they took it off me. They took the 20 million. So when the man told me from Dunedin down Declan Jefferson, Berkeley taking your money, he went to Australia, but I don't know what happened to him. Then another man had 20 minutes in the car boot and he drove himself off the pier in Dunedin Pier, which is Kingstown. Carla Pier is long gone, you know, it's just a bridge at the George Ford office, isn't it? With the railway, 59 to 1980. It was on the British Rail, and then they did it in 1982.
Papa, I want to go to Memphis, to school. I want to be a teacher.
That's far away. Memphis?
I was asking your permission out of respect, Papa. But that's what I found to do.
Should have sent me to England. So Queens wouldn't do it the first second. I just don't. Like we look at Queens the first in 1585. Queens were in 1885, and 6 cars around with Gilberto Benz, and then you had Queen is the second to do nothing in 1950. The Titanic discovered the French and the Americans. Now it's quite ironic because we were in selling nothing, but then I shouldn't have been in the Cotton Show either. So we don't understand why we were put such a straight in Georgie to New York Kingston was not. Oh, there's a picture of the tram, the British flag on it, where Penny's Primark is now, with Jerry and JC Penney's. See, they were getting into a lot of trouble. And the back to Richard Cars had done 95, they're done Belfast as well. She wouldn't do anything. This second was a pain. She had decades, even though I didn't get her, I know about it, 5 years in 2020. Beverly Hospital for 3 months on a fucking breakdown. She just was not a good monarch. I don't know what. I just don't know. She thinks she would have loved to have a son of God, you know, a nephew of God's. No, she's too stupid. Even Crazy's in Cork and Galway in trouble because go back to the original names. And even Cobb, C-O-B-H, you know, Cobb, Corn Cobb with Queenstown, Titanic was saying, or they're all in trouble, really. I'm the head of the planet Earth, the whole Earth, E-A-R-T, A-R-T-H.
Good, against your own fault.
But I don't get on with it.
I don't need you.
I'm going to raise sense.
I make my own contacts.
Will got something I want to talk to you about.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here tonight.
I'm gonna make a success out of this business. That's my way of winning this your fight. That means on making do. And that means on going straight forward.
This here her grandchild.
No,
We're
that's...
gonna go forward.
Neither is Adam's, imagine. Jesus. Disgraceful behaviour, I'm treated. Sent to America. I should have copies. The King's Inns, the Dublin courts, and the four courts, the Crown, and the Customs House. Like they were told me the notices were horrific. I should have copied that. So at least 5 copies should have been in our hands, and the solicitor, 6 copies were Dublin. Well, we never got the damn things. Even the 20 minutes we didn't understand Conor Rowan, we were all having problems. I've seen Watch go to the shower 23 minutes. You know that? The mad one, Liverpool was going to get into me. Priscilla Jefferson Johnson, Stuart and Matt. Remember, I can see in the shower. You had these camera things in the walls. Different class of all those. But these houses are solid. This house, Common Street, was a nightmare. They put petition walls in 1984 and 82. They made a mess of it. They were not suitable. Even sitting like a road. I just realised King VII died in 1910, but he said Conor Rowan to me was not suitable. King VII was not suitable. He said in 1999 budget. Like, they should never have messed me around. His mother would have been annoyed. Sorry, it was all she died was rubbed she down the other way. I only the other way, I was told that, I know that a long time. But it's this fella who really worries me the most. Himself. Jesus. Jesus is the one that would really worry me, because he is the one who started Christianity. And look at all the misery he went through. God's, the old God's son. That God is long dead now, because there's many gods, and there's a couple of generations of gods since then. And you even got Poseidon died in a hospital during the 18th. Never known so much trouble out of people. We are a pain in the human race. I'm trying to see which is my best feature. I'm worried about lapis because you see, I have problems with my left hands. Lapis is very serious. Jesus Christ, there's some lapis in the Gospel of Mark, and the 5 speeds are bad. It's £1.75 in Dublin, Square West, Dublin 2. Or you can pay in €2. I am right in Mark's Ark and Noah's Ark. And Judas hung himself for betraying the 12 apostles. Now, one of them was John. Now, David's a bit complicated because there's a King David. And this, they all got their heads cut off. And Valentine was cut off by the Roman emperors. They didn't understand Christianity until China around 330 BC or ACD. Even Newgrange is the sovereign. That's King Brian Baru. I told you that. He had 22 older brothers and 20 brothers. One of them, she's the last female, so I'd be the last male of living descendants. Yes, they will have many problems with everything. Happy Christmas 25 and Happy New Year 2026. Queen of now will be 125 years gone on the 23rd of January 2026. Also, it's a year for that evil cow, Elizabeth II, who I never liked. Do you know, she was a loony bitch. The whole world's having trouble with her. People in Australia and New Zealand, the hangers have just been told how evil she was. I'm glad I don't live in Bath. Their statue of drying lads. The only good thing about Bath, so Queen was Dublin, the Belfast statue is there. Her son of 7 has that paper over there. In July, August 1993, he's in Dublin, 4 courts, key in 93 to 97. I think that's where he went wrong. Not giving the papers to Dublin in the first place. Mark Kearney, John Kearney's name on it, it's my hands.